Hey, I wanted to give you guys some push-up tips and just some form tips to help correct some things that I see a lot of people doing wrong, and you might not know you're doing it wrong, so you can get better and stronger at push-ups. Alright, the first thing I see a lot of people doing wrong, and a lot of people think this is how they're supposed to do it, is their hand placement like this, too wide, and their elbows going out, so like a 90-degree angle from their body, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on your shoulders and maybe cause a shoulder injury. Even when doing it wrong, it hurts my shoulders to do. So how to fix that is to bring your palms, your hands, a little bit closer in, about right underneath your shoulders, and then your elbows are going to go back at like about a 45-degree angle instead of a 90-degree angle away from your body. So let me show you a front view of what this looks like. So a lot of people do this, we can't see how wide, but their elbows are out like this. Instead of bringing it slightly down at an angle, that's going to take a lot of the pressure off your shoulders and not going to cause you shoulder injury or shoulder pain. So let's take our hands from here and out to bring them a little bit closer right underneath your shoulders and back. Now a lot of people ask me, wasn't that a tricep push-up? No, your palm placement is what's going to make the difference, and my elbows are still at an angle, where a tricep push-up, your palm placement is beside your chest and your elbows are directly back behind you. So if I were on the ground, this is how I would be doing the tricep push-up. And a regular push-up, you would bring your hands out like this, your palms would be underneath your shoulders instead of down beside your chest and your elbows going back. So that's the difference between regular push-up, tricep push-up, and a wrong push-up. So let's put all this together on the ground so you can see the palm placement. So this is wrong, this is right, and this is tricep. So see the difference between where my elbows are going? And then this is wrong. And I don't even want to do it because I don't want to hurt myself. Okay, the next thing I see people doing wrong, and this drives me bonkers. I even see trainers doing this. It drives me crazy when I see this. They have the hand placement right, but they're doing this with their head. That is so wrong. Just because your head's going down does not mean it's a proper push-up. You need to keep a straight line. Think about looking forward, but a straight line from the top of your head to the bottom of your tailbone. Keep that in line like that, not like this, because then your neck's dropping down. And you're working your neck, you're not working your chest when you do it that way. So think about looking forward, not using your head to go up and down. Thing that's working. Push-up is heavily focused, or your core is heavily used on a push-up. Also your glutes. So if you tighten your whole body, it's gonna make push-ups so much easier for you. So let me see if I can demonstrate this. So instead of just your chest, sinking your hips down a little or just kind of letting them loose, you want to tighten that core, so engage that core, squeeze the glutes, and everything is tight. It will make push-ups so much easier for you. Speaking of the core, this is another thing I see commonly done wrong, and it might not be your fault. You just might have a weak core, or you're just not aware of the fact that you have to use your core in a push-up. Maybe a lot of people think you're just using upper body. Like I said, it's the whole body thing. So a lot of times I see this too, a little arch in the back and dropping those hips down and that core, and that's not right either. Engage your core, so think about tucking your hips, engaging that core, squeezing those glutes. That whole body is working when you're doing a push-up. You might say, I can't even do a push-up on my feet yet. I'm still working up to that. And here's a couple tips about that. First thing is, If you don't practice doing it the right way, you're not going to get stronger at doing it the right way. So I want you to practice doing them on your feet to start. So if you can get 1 or 2 on your feet, practice that so you get stronger at doing them properly, and then drop down to your knees and finish out your reps on your knees or elevated like I'll show you here in a minute. But if we don't practice them properly, we won't get stronger at doing them properly, or in the full form, instead of like just on our knees, because we're going to get stronger on our knees, but then once we go up on our feet, we won't be as strong because we haven't practiced them that way. Once you do your 1 or 2 or however many push-ups you can do on your feet, then you can drop down to your knees to do push-ups, and the form, everything still applies. You're just putting your knees down. You can do it this way. Keep that core engaged. You can do it with your feet up. And then once you get stronger, you can come up. Or another thing you can do is do it elevated on a chair or a bench or something that you have that's elevated, to take a little bit more pressure off your upper body and your core until you get stronger. So when I say elevated, this is what I'm talking about. If you don't have a bench, it's okay. You can use your couch, you can use a chair, anything that's a stable surface that won't like slide out from underneath you. And you're gonna have the same exact form, you're just doing it elevated. So try and get that chest down to tap either the bench or chair, whatever it is you're using. And then if you are like just starting out and you're like, I can't even do that, you can do it against a wall. That's how you can start too. And then work your way down to the bench, then work your way down to the floor on your knees, and then you can work your way to that regular full form push-up. I hope that these tips were helpful for you, and if they were, let me know. Like, share, comment, DM me. Let me know if this was helpful for you and if you'd like to see more form tips and stuff like this in the future.